Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to Play It Painted Live. Hope you guys are having a good Sunday evening. And here we go with another one of these. But this is the last day, everybody, of the Warboss Tae February Painting Challenge and part of our regular Sunday stream. And we got some folks that are going to hop in. Well, at least one. One folks will hop in. One folks will hop in. I'm going to hop into my Discord here. In the on-air section, and we are going to be ready to do the on-air things with the on-air guests. And let me go ahead and introduce our guest here as I'm about to hop in. None other than the Warboss himself, Warboss Tae, host of the Warboss Tae February Painting Challenge and many other painting challenges which you should be part of. So anyways, I'm going to hop in here. And here we go. And I'm going to turn on my camera in here so the Warboss Tae can see what I can see. What up, man? How's it going? So I gave you a little intro before I hopped in, as you are the host of the many challenges now. Not just one challenge. Now it's many. Now it's like a pro circuit. You have to, if you're gonna be in one, you're gonna be in like all four. Is it 4 now? It's like 4 challenges. Wow. Oh. Thanks. Well, I will say, hold on, you're going to have to repeat everything that you just said because I am having, what is going on? I am having a little bit of, I am having an issue here with my desktop device. It's not capturing the on-air stuff. 1 second. And I got a toddler in the room. What happened to you?
I want to fix the green
Go. Oh, yeah? Wow, spoiler alert. No. Wow. That's awesome. Okay, well, oh my gosh, how come I can't... Oh, wait. They all showed up here. That's why. Okay. So, audio. What if I go... It should just be default. Okay. No, let me try default again. That should work. You still there? Why is it not showing up? I don't think you're... That showed up. I don't think so. I think it's... That should totally have worked. Let me try one more thing. It might be the thing from... It might be this guy. Why isn't it not getting... It's not getting my desktop sound from Discord. It seems to be getting it from everything else, but just not Discord. Huh. Why is that not... Okay, what if I try... Sorry about that. We will figure this out. We will figure this out. Yeah, I was playing around with audio settings the other day, and that's probably why. Audio settings, here we go. Okay, why don't I try it? Let me try this and see if it... Did that work?
Yes.
no. Now I can't hear you at all. Wait, no, you're still coming in. You're coming in, but still not coming in on this. That's so weird. It must be a Discord thing. So it seems like everything on XSplit is correct. But let's try Discord again. Very strange. Voice and video. Okay. So, yeah, that's correct. I don't know. Let's try this. You can see I'm very confident in this result. Nope, still nothing. Weird. Try this guy. How about that? Okay, I do have one final thing I can try. Let's try this. Thanks for everybody who is standing by with my many audio things. Okay, so we're gonna fire up the full-on mixer, and I'm gonna change this guy to that, and I will change that to this. Whoops. Yeah, that's right. Okay, and then I'm gonna change this to that. Okay, you're still here, right? Uh-oh, now I can't hear you. Row. Okay, that looks good. So now, I think what I have to do is change my... This is just mostly audio. Okay. Yeah, you're there. Let me change one more thing in here. Oops. It's so weird. Okay. Let's try voice meter. Let's try that. Okay. So I've got like the full-on audio, full-on audio thing going.
Wow.
And it's not picking up at all. The desktop does not.
Wow.
Oh wait, no, you're in now. That picked up.
All
Yay, right. We're back.
Hey, okay.
We just covered like major life revelations, and it won't be picked up now. Now we have to rewind and talk everything over again.
Okay. Let me
see
if I still got it in my memory.
4 challenges a year, right? We're talking about that.
That's right. Yeah.
Wow.
I think I'm going to stick with the monthly intervals. I think it's enough time for people to reset, get into other things, and get geared up, for another challenge. And the major challenges are really still going to be the one I want to do, the February one, the one at the beginning of the year, which I think February was a pretty good month. Yeah. And then the other one I think is going to be pretty good in June, because July is my birthday / wedding / anniversary month, so that's kind of out the window now. And I think August and September is going to be getting too close to October, which is Spookytoberfest month. And so the February and the June one are going to be film a video every day if you can, post every day pictures on the Discord or wherever you want to post it. And then Spookytoberfest and the December, just do whatever you want for the month. The Good Vibes December one is just going to be weekly. Just get something painted. And December is show us the best spooky miniature you can do in a month. Real chill, only 4 questions for weekly questions instead of 31 daily questions. And I think the intervals we got hopefully it's going to work this year. We're going to see. I got a lot of big changes in my personal life that might be coming this year, but I want to stick to that schedule. And we've got such a great community. You're always just pumping out quality work and massive amounts of content, which is totally inspiring to everybody. And then you've got guys all over across the world from us. Dicey
Yep.
Guy and Jam Jar who are doing the 31 days, and I mean, we like with David Moffat, X Annex. There's so many people posting now in the Discord too, with daily posts, pictures, and just updates. So
Hmm.
it's really exciting to see the challenge kind of taking off and people enjoying it. And even if you don't meet your goals, like I wasn't able to finish my challenge, but I'm looking at my models that I painted, and I'm like, I never would have gotten this done if I didn't have something to kick my butt and make me pick up that paintbrush and start working on them.
Well, you're mostly finished though. I mean, you made a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
headway into that project. So
Yeah, I'm surprised because I kind of built my YouTube career on taking a entire Battle Force box or a battalion box and just trying to knock them all out in a challenge. I mean, that was when I was,
hmm
right out of high school, and I had nothing but time on my hands and part-time job, so I could come and sit down and churn out, 2 or 3 hours of work where I could build and paint everything up by the end of the month. But yeah, I'm really happy that I got what I was able to do finished in the just 28 days that I did.
yeah, and so now you've kind of built the identity of the challenge. It used to mainly be a July thing,
Right.
right? Because I
Yeah,
would,
once a year.
yeah, the folks that have been at this for a while, we knew like in July, okay, let's get ready for 31 days of painting and uploading, and now,
That's right.
uh, so now we're going to be in a multi-format. Basically, every it's almost every 3 months we'll be in. If we decide to participate in everything, we would
Yeah,
be.
that's what I figured too. Some like for a lot of people, July or August or September or whatever month I decided to go with wasn't really
Mhm.
going to work, and they didn't want to miss it. It was hard for them to get the drive to do it in a different month if it was already over. I mean, it's so much more fun when everybody's under the same crunch time and
Yeah.
everybody's working under the same time frame. It's hard to do it when you're not you're not in the same boat with everybody rowing in the same direction. But I figured, like, well, then if we do it, if 1 month a year it doesn't work for someone, where we're all doing it together, then maybe we can break it up into quarters, and we can still build that community, and we can still get everybody on board for whatever of those 4 months works for them. And some
Yeah.
guys like Daniel Sprinkle, who's been such a huge part of all of these challenges, he wasn't able to do February this year. Maybe he'll jump in to June or in Spooktoberfest, or like we'll have people coming and going depending on what works for them. And I think that's much
Mhm.
more fun than building up the anticipation that you're going to participate, and then all of a sudden life kicks your butt, and then you can't participate. And it was like the one time in the year you could have done a challenge and hung out with everybody in the community again. So I think doing it 4 times a year, I mean, it's going to be crazy for me to try and keep it all wrangled up, but I think
Yeah.
it'll be much more fun for everybody to take part in it, hopefully.
Right. Well, I mean, totally. This format will hopefully, capture as many people or allow as many people to participate as possible.
Oh yeah, and you know what I love about it too is you don't have to even participate. You could just be watching the videos. You could just be casually checking it out on YouTube, and then
Yep.
maybe you find somebody's project that you really like, and you're following their project. And even if you're not posting and you're not taking an active part in the challenge and you're not putting your work out there, you're churning away at your own paint table wherever you are in the world.
Sure. And we had and we've had some folks that were doing that for a year, maybe even 2 years before
Yeah,
formally jumping into the challenge, and that's really cool too, because
yeah.
they may post comments on your videos, or you could tell that they're following your project, but they haven't formally jumped in, and usually a
Hmm.
nudge from somebody says, hey, why don't you give it a shot? We had some folks that started their YouTube channel because of the challenge, because it's like, oh,
Oh
okay,
wow,
yeah, no,
it's
yeah,
a way to
I don't
yeah.
know if you knew that, but that's how Darth Torlin started his channel.
Oh, I didn't
Was
know that.
Yeah,
Yeah, to take part. Yeah.
he's followed the challenge for probably 2 years without a YouTube
Wow.
channel. He was just commenting on
Wow.
your videos. He would watch my videos. He would watch
Yeah.
a few other people, And
Yeah.
and he would message me outside of that because he's local to me, and I would say, hey man,
Yeah.
start your channel, because he would send
Yeah.
me stuff like
Yeah.
I'm painting this thing, and I'm like, share that
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
somebody wants to watch it. Somebody's going to learn something from that. And it's
Right.
especially, I think it's really good to have like your I'll call myself like a salty veteran, right? It's good to
Yeah.
have
Right.
those people that are like, oh, okay, I'm going to paint another one, I don't care, right?
Yeah.
It's good to
Right.
have those folks, but it's particularly compelling to have somebody who is absolutely brand new just jump into
Right.
the deep end like that and go, okay, I'm going to start a channel, I'm going to start vlogging, and
Yeah.
I'm going to start painting. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing,
Right.
but just kind of we'll call it the courage to do that, is
Yeah.
very inspiring. Not just to other folks that might potentially jump in and do that, but even to like the old timers like us are like, wow, that is really inspiring.
Yeah.
Right? That will push us to go, oh, okay, well this, now we've got some new people in. I
Hmm.
better clean up my videos a little. No, but you know what I mean. Like,
Right. Right.
just to
Yeah.
get, yeah, it's really cool to see that and then see kind of how infectious it is when people
Yeah.
really start getting invested in projects and stuff like that. What's up, guys? Hey, Jason, what's up? Yeah. Speaking of which, I've got some folks in my that have been in my following for a while that do a fair bit of painting themselves. Then I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, you could do, yeah. If you don't want to listen to me, complain about stuff at night, you could be the one to fire up a camera and start doing some painting and, change it up a bit. But, yeah, it's
I think
really
the
cool
greatest
to. Hmm.
the greatest feeling for me as a content creator who's been at this for over 10 years is when I see somebody making a YouTube channel or putting out their first video and being kind of unsure or hesitant, maybe the sound quality or the lighting isn't that great, but they
Yeah.
just said, I want to be a part of this, I want to put myself out there. And the hardest hurdle for a lot of people is realizing, like, you're not going to be making, you're not going to be the next PewDiePie, and you're not going to have like all these thousands of dollars of equipment to, like, you don't need all that stuff. Just
Yeah.
put some pictures. You could even do like a picture, like a slideshow with a voiceover, just to be a part of the challenge. Like, once somebody gets over the fact that I don't have to be perfect, I don't have to
Yeah.
have the best setup, I don't have to have the best camera or the best microphone to take part in the challenge. And even if somebody's been watching for a couple of years, like Darth Torlin, and then they take that first leap into actually posting content and making that connection with the rest of us, like, that is
Hmm.
so awesome. That's such a great experience that, like, you don't have to do it. Like I said earlier, we can just we could just do the project, and you can just be the casual observer, totally hands off, and just following the project and doing your own work. But once you take that leap forward to becoming a part of this crazy challenge and this community, it's like a rush to have other
Hmm.
people all the way around the world seeing your work and giving their input into your work. And then these are people that you've been watching, or you've been watching their videos, and all of a sudden they're talking to you, or they're mentioning you and giving you a shout out in their video. Like, that's such a great feeling. And none of us knew what we were doing when we first started our YouTube channels, right? So,
Right.
like, getting the experience and being a part of the community, and stepping out of the shadows of just being a casual hands-off observer, and saying, okay, I've got something that I want to paint up in February, and I'll take the plunge and put
Yeah.
some pictures or put a little video up on YouTube. Even if you only make one video and you decide, you know what, it's not for me, I'm not going to make any more videos. Just the fact that you put yourself out there, you made a YouTube channel, you hit the upload button, and you got that video up there for the rest of us to connect with you, just even for that one moment. That is the best reward for
Hmm.
me. And then maybe you dump it because real life is too crazy at the moment, and maybe you come back to it months and months later, but you eventually get it done, because once you take that first step down the path to finishing your project, like saying that you want to be a part of this challenge, kind of is that first step to saying, I'm going to commit to painting these models. And even if I don't finish it in this month, that commitment, that first step is there. You prime the model, you glued it together, you started painting it. Even if you put it down and you don't touch it for weeks and weeks and months, like, it's going to be there. You've already put yourself on that path. You just got to complete the journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. And as far as like trying to put together professional videos and that kind of stuff, I shoot my daily video on my phone, and
Dude,
and you guys have seen the quality of this stream. We spent like 10 minutes just trying to get the audio to work.
Yeah.
So,
right.
And I've been at this a while.
We don't have teams of engineers that are doing, all of the behind the scenes work for us. We're like single content creators working where we are with our lights set up and our cameras and our phones doing the work for us. Just shooting daily videos. It takes so little effort. Just point your phone at the thing, hit video, record like 30 seconds. Here's what I did today. Nothing. Right here, I painted some red on this guy. Thanks for watching. Here's the daily question. All right, see you guys tomorrow. I'm tired.
Yeah. The daily question this time around was tough for me because of the tell a joke one. Tell a joke and tell a story. Those are hard for me because that kind of stuff, like, that has to come out organically for me typically, right? But I was like, oh man, I need to go find a joke just in case I roll a 6.
Hey man, it was something new and experimental and crazy that I tried. I think in the future, what I'm going to do is if you roll a 5 or 6 or whatever the category is going to be, if you have one that I don't have like specific daily questions for, I might just call it freestyle for 1 minute. You know what I mean? Or 30 seconds. Just talk about whatever you want. Like, don't feel pressured. If you got nothing to say, because just the practice of talking on camera is going to make you not only better at speaking, putting your thoughts and your intentions into words, but I mean, it's going to make you a better communicator. It's better, I think, just all around to just get your voice out there. And if you don't want to do that, and if you're like, that's not for me, I'm just going to re-roll it. But keep
it in the hard mode, though.
It doesn't matter. Oh yeah, if you're gonna go hard mode,
keep the joke in the hard mode.
You gotta prepare yourself.
No re-rolls. You have to tell a joke. Yeah.
No re-rolls.
You must
Hardcore,
tell one.
That's the new game plus.
Or you could have some sort of. Yeah, you could have some sort of almost like a you could just and this would just be for fun. This wouldn't be like an actual. Hopefully nobody actually gets upset by this, but I would think it would be funny if you had a chart, which is kind of like a punishment chart. If you did nothing, right? If you're like, I didn't do anything today, and we had this and you had like a D6 chart, and everything on there is just like difficult. Tell a joke, sing a song, oh man, I gotta roll on that thing again.
Do spoken word poetry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be rough.
That sounds like in a role playing game when you have like a critical fail or someone does a critical hit against your character and everything you roll on the chart is bad.
Yeah.
It's all bad results. It's I failed today. I gotta roll on the bad chart.
We could call it the. You got to roll on the Gabubu special, right?
Yeah.
Gabubu won that day, and
he
the only way to beat him back is you have to roll on this chart and do something for your upload.
That might be too crazy. I know, like I can think of a couple people that might get something like do a spoken word rap poetry, and they're gonna be like, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay, I'm gonna say me and Dicey would do this. I'm gonna call him out. We would do this if we missed a day. All right, Dicey, I know you're gonna watch this on playback when you're awake, but there you go. Called you out. We're both gonna do this. There's gonna be a Gabubu chart.
I can't believe Dicey was still filming a video with a flashlight on when he had no power.
Yeah, that was
just to tell us he had no power, but to get a daily video out. I mean, that's insane.
Right. Yeah, that was in. Sometimes I know that sometimes he does have like difficulty putting together a stream or a video. So just for him to
Yeah.
do that was that's pretty awesome actually.
Yeah.
I was like, man, if
Yeah.
I ran out of power, I don't think I would. Well, I wouldn't tell a joke, that's for sure. But I don't know.
No, he's the best. You guys are the greatest. I'm starting to see, like, after I've done so many challenges and I see the same people coming out or saying that, yeah, I'll do it. I'll take part in. What month is it? Sure, I'll jump in. Like, I'm starting to find I've got like a core group, like my Knights of the Round Table, that are always coming out and always saying, I'll do 30. Sure, I'll do 31 days of daily posts for a challenge and answer daily questions and film a video every day. So I mean, I gotta really give you guys
It,
like mad respect, because
it,
it's a crazy thing for me to ask anybody, like, hey, I got this idea, I'm gonna do this challenge where I want you, like, hobbyists who might not be the most comfortable talking to people, to post a video of you talking every single day for an entire month, and
Mhm.
on top of that answer all these daily questions. Like, it's crazy, and the fact that I'm putting it out and we have the same people coming out and doing it, it's really inspiring, and I'm super grateful for that. It's a real blessing.
Yeah, it's super fun. I mean, I would say once you get your first one done, and
Yeah.
no matter how much you got done, you had fun making your videos, and you had fun,
Hmm.
progressing on your project. It doesn't matter. Maybe you only got 50% of where you thought you would go. Maybe you didn't upload every day, but those are things
Yeah.
that, like, you're like, hey, I had fun. Next time, I'm gonna try to do 75% of my project. I'm still gonna
Yeah.
shoot a little higher, and so you kind of get that motivation fuel to go into the next one. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
for me, the motivation is really just to stay at the upload schedule. That's probably the hardest thing for me, is just
Right.
to
Oh yeah. Oh, of
add
course.
that to my daily routine. Okay, I'm gonna do a video, especially at the end here this last week.
Yeah. Yeah.
My videos were, I was uploading at like 9, 10 o'clock at night, because it's like I really had no time during the day to
Yeah.
put together
Yeah.
even like a 2 minute video. But it's
Yeah.
stuff like that, and you get through that challenge. You're like, okay, what do I want to do different in the next challenge, or what do I want to do better?
Yeah.
That's what I kind of take with me when I'm done with the challenge. Like, okay, what do I want to do different or better in the next challenge? So, um,
Yeah. And it is rough. It is hard to do consistently every single day, because you don't know what's going to happen in a month in
yeah,
your real life. You don't know what's going to go on, and none of us are getting paid to do this hobbying and YouTube stuff. So, like, there's no motivation other than we want to get our projects done and we
hmm
want to upload every single day. That's all that drives us. So if you're uploading like me every single day, and then you realize, like, oh, I got to go every other day, and then it becomes like, oh, okay, maybe once a week by the end of it. Like, you shouldn't ever feel bad once you started, no matter what happens. Like, I keep going back to this, but the point of these challenges has always been, get your models painted, build, find yourself in this community where other people are getting their models painted, and then everything beyond that, like the daily uploads and answering the daily questions, and actually finishing the project that you put the goal that you wanted to do. Like, that's all extra. That's icing on the cake. The main thing is get some work done and put yourself in the mode where I'm going to be productive this month,
right.
even if I don't get. Yeah, because sometimes, dude, I would say, like, okay, I'm going to do this battalion box set, and then I've got these extra characters, and oh, maybe I'll do one or two of these squad boxes, and then I end up, like, not getting through half of that. But just the fact that you're making a commitment, whereas the other 11 months of the year, you're like, oh, I like this model, I'll buy it, and then it
hmm
just sits on your closet and sits on your table. It never gets even opened. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Like, it's really just like 28 days of activity. Kind of treat it that way, right?
Yeah.
That's what your goal is. It's you're trying to have 28 days of activity. Maybe you don't get
Right.
28 days of activity, but
Yeah.
you get yourself in the mode of or the discipline of trying to do, or trying to have activity every day for a month.
Right.
And that right there is just a great, start and a great mindset to have when you are actually trying to complete projects. So
Sure,
just
yeah.
getting yourself in the, we talk about that a lot on this feed, like how to continue,
Yeah.
how to constantly motivate yourself to do stuff, right? And
Yeah.
like for me, we talk about me getting up in like 4 a.m. and going for a jog,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
How do you do that? Because that just sounds crazy. Like why? How
Yeah.
or how, and I tell people, well, the secret is get yourself to the door. That's it. All you
Yeah.
have to do is
Yeah.
talk yourself, like just get up and make it to the door. If you can make it
Yep.
to the door, the rest of it is it's all downhill from there. And
Yeah.
similarly, when
Yeah.
you're doing a challenge like this too, right? Just get to the next day. Just get to the next part of your activity.
Yeah.
And it's mainly the difficult part. A lot of times is just kind of the anticipation of or thinking about, oh man, I have to do a video and I have to have in your mind you may say I have to have a certain amount of progress done, or
Yeah. I want to show more than I showed yesterday.
yeah,
I want to show that I made progress since yesterday.
right. But nobody's I don't think there are people following each other's projects going, oh, I don't know, Warboss, those are the same. That was the same
Yeah.
gold you put down yesterday. Nobody cares.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Nobody's gonna
Yeah.
be like trying to call you out and like, oh man, how
Yeah.
could you? It's
Dude,
more about
yeah.
you didn't make it that day. Cool, that's fine. I'm not gonna make it the other day, but we're gonna keep pulling each other forward. That's kind of
Yeah.
the idea there.
And I found that everybody who watches these videos, because we are in such a supportive community already, where if you are watching someone's videos and you want to see their progress, if they have a day or 2 days where they don't have any progress, but they're still posting a video, even if it's a 30-minute or 30-second video of them just saying, hey, I didn't get anything done. Like
Mm-hmm.
as an observer, as like a fan of that person's work, like that it doesn't matter.
Right.
There's no downside to posting a video. If there's no penalty, you're not there's nothing bad that's going to happen. Like you didn't get a day of work, so what? Like that's life, like nobody's paying you to get everything done every single day, and we're not under any contracts or anything. You're making a commitment to yourself. By the end of the month, I want to get this done. And if you don't, because real life comes along and you have to do some other things, or you have to choose. The worst is you have to choose between painting, which is something you enjoy, and sleeping so you can function at your real life job or whatever else you've got to do. Like that shouldn't be a choice. Like of course you're gonna choose sleep. Like
What?
you gotta
I
stay
don't
healthy.
sleep.
Well, you're a different case though. You're a different case. I'm talking about the normal person.
Yeah,
No, I just
in
want
some
everybody
cases
who takes
too.
part to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was just gonna say in some cases too. Like I know when the projects that I follow, when there isn't a lot of progress happening for a
Yeah.
day or a couple of days or whatever, I do notice that the creator, the content creator or the channel, that they actually get a little bit more invested in answering the daily question. So you get a little bit more.
Right.
So it's interesting.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's kind of cool when it's like, okay, because they're not talking about their project as much. Now they're uploading a video or making a post or something, and they're talking about something in their life, or their favorite movie or something like that. And that can be
Yeah.
equally engaging, sometimes even a little bit more engaging, because it's like, okay, yeah, they didn't do anything today, but there was a really cool story about this movie that I have never watched before. Now I want to watch it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Or you learn something about them that you wouldn't have learned otherwise, because that's normally time they spend in their videos talking about whatever progress they did in their model. But now they're used to filming a 1 minute or 2 minute long video, and they rolled this result for the daily question, and that led them on a tangent where they're used to talking, and they're going to fill the time they would normally fill in the video talking about their models. I don't think there's any way that we could learn half of the things we know about each other if people weren't trying to be consistent with the daily uploads, answering the daily questions, and just letting themselves go off on tangents. Like, this is what happened to my life today, or like Dicey Guy when he brought his daughter on, and that led to him posting pictures of her painting her models. Like that's so cool.
Yeah, that is another cool thing when you see kids and the creators' kids and stuff when they hop on the videos and they're doing hobby too.
Yeah, and I
That's
remember I
super
used
fun.
to do this more. I kind of stopped asking about this because of the situation and the world. But I remember really liking when people would go outside and this is a film. This is a video of my town, or this is this place that we like to go to, or
Oh yeah.
yeah, we I took a day off. I took the family to the beach. This is some shots of that, or just like showing us something different, or something that helps put us into like where you are in the world, because we're all from different places, different walks of life. So I mean that's stuff that I'm like, the cheesy corny part of me likes to see. Oh cool, I get to see a little bit of what's going on outside of this person's hobby space.
Yeah, I took my son to the beach this morning, and I was thinking about that too. I was like, yeah, I remember when I did some videos. There was
Yeah.
like some challenges where I think where like if I finish before and it's like the last week of the challenge, sometimes I would just
Yeah.
fill the videos of, okay, here's me and my kid playing at the beach or whatever,
Yeah.
and answering the question that way. And that could be really fun too. But yeah, it is really cool to kind of have the other posts, and the Discord kind of made that a little bit better too, because now you are getting that content whether or not it's a daily question. You have the real life sharing section in there.
Yeah.
I need to post
Yeah.
in there because I usually have stuff going on. Some people like to see like when we paint these models and stuff, they want to see them on the table, right? And so
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
it would be cool. Like with Parvati here, I could shoot a picture of me playing a game or I stay with Parvati, and kind of how those
Yeah,
boards look. That would be kind of cool, right? Because that's the other
that
thing
would be
too.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you see somebody finish
Maybe there
their.
could be a, maybe we can make a channel that is like show us what you did, like on the battlefield. Show
Yeah,
us the models
minis
that
in
you
action
show us
or
what they're
something
working.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, 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 yeah. I like that. That's cool. It gives people a reason to keep painting and showing pictures of the process, because then they can put pictures of them actually using them, and they can say like, oh, they were great, or oh, they were terrible in this game. Why did I paint this model up?
yeah.
Why
So
did I
there's
spend so much time and energy painting this model?
what would be interesting. Yeah, because there are. I know that there are some participants that they may spend, like David Moffat or Marshy or somebody. They'll spend the whole challenge painting one squad, right? And
Right.
they'll paint that to like the highest standard they can achieve. And then what would really be cool is you'd be like, okay, they painted that squad. Let's see, if they were to continue to participate in challenges over time, and they were
Mm-hmm.
posting battlefield shots, then you'd be like, oh, look, they have like 2 or 3 squads on there, and that they painted this one 3 years ago, and they painted that one 2 years ago. You
Yeah.
might potentially see something like that where like, oh wow, we've been involved in watching them build this army, but we've never actually seen it
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Um,
And now you see it being played on the field. You see them using it. Even like, yeah, like you said, years down the line, they could still be using them or proxying them for something else, but having them in their collection. And it's like
mhm.
you were a part of the process of watching them go step by step and build that model up. I like that. That's
Yeah,
real cool, man.
yeah, that might be a fun thing to add to the Discord.
Definitely. Hey, man, I'm gonna have to jump off, but I just want to say
Cool.
thanks again for like all of your work and helping spread the challenge and doing it on your Discord. And like it really, really means a lot to me, man. And I'm glad that we're so close, like geographically, because I feel like you're just a hop and a skip away from where I am in California.
Yeah, when the dust settles, man, I'll hop on a plane or something, or we'll figure
Yeah,
something out.
we'll figure something out. We'll actually have a great meeting of the minds. But hey,
It's
thanks
got to
again,
be
man.
some
It's great
spam
talking
and
to you.
rice involved, and then
Oh, there
we're
you go.
gonna
Some spam musubis.
the Islander meetup.
There you go.
Cool.
All right, man.
All right.
Talk to you later.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping in.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye. All right. Okay, guys. I hope you guys are having a good evening, and thanks, Warboss, for popping in. We're going to continue to paint some X-Men. Hope you guys are doing well. Looking at Nelson's original comment there. Yeah, so you guys know about the painting challenge. Always fun to take part in, and and just encourage you guys to that when we're doing challenges like that to take part. If you care, you can post your progress in the Play It Painted Discord or the Warboss Tae Discord. Those are all fair game. And be a part of the bigger community. So super fun. Tonight we are. Yeah, so Warboss Tae, he's an old time YouTuber. He's been on YouTube for a very long time, and he's from Hawaii originally. So we always talk like Islander stuff with Warboss Tae. So he was from Hawaii, and he moved to Northern California. I want to say 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and every year he did a painting challenge. And it was the original challenge took place in July, and the challenge was pretty simple, right? It's you pick a project, and then you paint that project over the course of a month, and you just post a daily update. It could be 30 seconds long or whatever on here's your progress, right? And it was a really neat way to not only kind of keep yourself in the discipline of working on your project, but you also start getting invested in other people's work as well. You're watching them progress through their project, just really cool challenge. And I've been taking part in those for pretty much since they existed, and always fun every year. And we get to know, like he was saying, because of the daily questions and stuff that you answer, you get to know a lot about people, that you watch on YouTube that you may not know about them remotely. Like for example, you'll know about my crested gecko situation, which I think we are actually going to be adopting 2 more out tomorrow, which leaves us with only 1 crested gecko to adopt out, which is awesome. Right, but you get to know things like that. You get to see, pictures of where people live and that kind of thing. So yeah, super fun. When the next challenge rolls around in June or whatever, I would encourage you guys to jump on with me and paint for 30 days. With me and the Warboss and some other folks that are following the channel and whatnot. So yeah. Tonight we're doing some MCP. As you can see, I'm working on Beast right now. Beast is. I was thinking about this. Okay. Beast is really sad. He's really sad. Beast is a really sad X-Man. I don't know if you knew that. But yeah, he is. He's a very, very sad X-Men. Okay? And what I mean by that is we're going to be cruel. But Beast he's one of those guys that in the Marvel Universe, in the grand scheme of mutants and superheroes and whatnot, just never really stood out from the pack. Okay? Never really stood out from the pack. Where's my chat viewer? Where'd it go? Let's turn it on. There we go. He is blue. And he wasn't even blue originally. But here's kind of where I'm going with, because we're going to talk some trash on Beast, okay? Not a lot of people running around saying, "Oh, you know who my favorite X-Man is? It's Beast." No, not a lot of Beast fans. Not a lot of Beast #1 fans. There's people that like Beast, and Beast is actually, I think he's a very cool character. He is a kind of a Shakespeare character. Sean is right. He is a kind of a cool character, but he kind of, let's look at the demographics of Beast here for a second, right? So Beast never really had the traction the way a lot of other X-Men do. He's probably one of the more underwhelming X-Men. Okay, and here's why I say that, right? Beast he's strong, but he's not like, he's still outshone by Colossus and some of the other like really physically strong members. He's not in the Marvel universe, he's actually not terribly strong at all. When you compare him to Hulk and Thing and other, we'll call them big men, other big men of the Marvel universe, Beast doesn't really stand out. And he's not terribly strong. He's not the strongest, for sure. And Beast is also not the smartest even, right? So even among the X-Men, you have Xavier, obviously, who's going to be smarter than everybody. And but then, maybe Beast comes in second, maybe even third, though, right? Because there's some smart, like, look at Bishop or look at Forge. Like, there are other X-Men that kind of do similar things with Beast. He kind of overlaps with a lot of people. When you stretch it out to the greater Marvel universe, Beast is even, right? He's even dwarfed by other men's intelligence, right? Reed Richards or Tony Stark, or look at all these like absolutely brilliant superheroes. And it's not to say that Beast isn't brilliant, but what I'm saying is he's middle of the pack in a bunch of categories, right? And his character design isn't particularly favorable. He's got Logan's haircut this way, and he's blue skin like Nightcrawler. He's not as agile as Nightcrawler, right? So not as agile as Nightcrawler, not as strong as Colossus, not as smart as Xavier, not the favorite of X-Men fans, right? Ain't a lot of people rocking Beast t-shirts. Not a lot of people be like, oh, if this movie doesn't have Beast in it, I'm out, right? Exactly. He's so boring now. Toss my mom out the window. No. But this is why I'm very sympathetic to Beast. This is why I would be absolutely lying to you if I told you that Beast was my favorite X-Men. But I feel, after I just talked mad shit on him, I do feel Beast. You know what I mean? Anybody? F's in the chat if you feel like you're Beast, right? Beast is an honorable guy. He's an honorable guy. He's a good guy. But, okay, in the X-Men, any of them, any Rogue or, Rogue or Storm or Jubilee or any of the lovely ladies really down with Beast? No. They want the bad boys, right? They want the jerkhead leader guys, or they want the mean guys, or they want the French guys, the Cajun guys, right? Are you feeling Beast? Do you feel, you know what I mean? He's an everyman. Beast is an everyman. And it's because he's just so underwhelming. But he's not. Like, if Beast existed in the world, if Hank, and his name is Hank McCoy, like, what else? How else could we make fun of this poor dude? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you put him in the real world, the smart, athletic dude forget the blue for a second, he would be pretty dope. You'd be like, hey man, that guy's super smart, and he just hung off that tree with his toes, right? You would still, but in the world of X-Men, this is an extremely underwhelming character. Did I get Beast's toes wrong? No, he has a little bit. It's just you don't want to make him too bright. Right? What guys, what do you think we should write here? What book is Beast reading? What do you think? Let me know, you know. Let's wash down this area here, and you guys can tell me what you think what do you think he should be reading. Yeah, F's in the chat for Beast, man. He's I just feel for he's just like, if you were like gonna be like make the most average X-Man that's just a conglomerate of many X-Men, but not as good or as specialized as any of them, this is what you'd end up with. Poor Beast. Ain't nobody be like, oh man, Beast is my favorite guy now. They even changed, when they changed him blue, they're like, everybody was like, oh, he doesn't look like just some fat-faced hairy idiot like he used to. But you still weren't like, you know, he was still in the friend zone, is what I'm saying. Beast is in the friend zone of your favorite X-Men. Go ahead, admit it. Go ahead. I like you, Beast, but I don't like you. You know what I mean? Book of How to Party with Wong to increase his chances with ladies. Right? Also, yeah, not to mention the fact that because Beast Beast has always been one of the elder statesmen of the X-Men, right? Even when they started, he was already older than, Scott Summers and most of the original team. So, and plus his name is Beast, right? His name is Beast, right? Don't get me wrong, if you're LaDainian Tomlinson in real life, Beast mode is dope, and yeah, that'll get you places. But in the world of Marvel superheroes, your hero name is Beast. That's like naming yourself Thing, right? Equally, there's another guy. Oh, he looks like dried poop because of the rocks. Is he as strong as Hulk? Not even close. Is he? He has all of the downsides of being an ugly big man, but still doesn't end up being the strongest. Hulk at least gets to go back to being a human. Does Beast have an attractive scientist version of himself? No, he doesn't, folks. Beast is just Beast. Alright, now that we've thoroughly ruined this Beast, his life, and we have him questioning all of his decisions, we're gonna finish painting Beast, right? I didn't think I was gonna. We might as well. This. Man. Alright, go ahead, guys. In the chat, your favorite X-Men. Favorite X-Men in the chat. I'm gonna debate this with myself while you guys figure that out. But yes, I do want to see some answers. Where the hell did the Discord go? There it is. Okay, let's get back to that. Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, no. Favorite X-Men. Favorite X-Men character. And we'll talk about some of your favorites. Also, you could answer a number of things, right? You could tell me who your favorite X-Men character is. You could tell me, what X-Men character do you most identify as and why, right? We could let's do that. We could psycho analyze each other's, picks for who do you identify with the X-Men. I just said I sort of identify with Beast. But I think we all should. I think honest, if we're being honest with ourselves, we should all kind of identify with Beast. Because most of us aren't absolutely phenomenal at one thing, and we have other talents, and and despite being blue and whatever, we still just get overlooked, right? F's in the chat if you're feeling that. You feeling like, man, I try to live a good life. I try to be me. I got my skills and my talents and whatnot, but I still get overlooked because my name is Beast. Right? I mean, tell me you don't. I feel that. I feel that, man. Gambit. Okay. So we got a Remy LeBeau fan from Jason. Gambit. Gambit is, he's that's a character that was basically designed to be cool. Like really designed to be cool. And I like Gambit a lot. I was a huge Gambit fan when he first came out. I was like, dude, this guy's cool. He's Cajun. He does the cool card things. I remember when he first came out, we couldn't really even figure out what his power actually was. We thought his power was somehow the cards themselves. But, as it turns out, no, he can do it with other objects. It's just cards are just very easy to charge the cards the way Gambit charges the cards. And he's got the Napoleon Dynamite skills with a bow staff. He's got the hot girlfriend who he can't touch, but still, we're gonna get right. Everybody, the ladies do love some Gambit. Right? Nelson identifies with Toad. If my plan was this, if I was gonna paint Storm tonight, woo! See how she's like a hood ornament. Those wobbly hood ornaments. Whee! If I was gonna paint Storm tonight, that's when. Do you know what happens when a toad is struck by lightning? The same thing that happens to everything else. Why did they think that was a good or clever line? Why? Why? Why, guys? Bishop! Sean! Good choice. Bishop is pretty dope. I do like Bishop. Good choice. Alright, Nelson, you're not Toad. Come on, man. Let's think here. Let's think logically. Let's think, because I want to say Sunfire, but no, I don't identify with Sunfire. Oh, man. I don't know. People, well, when I had this conversation with friends or whatever before, they would say, "Oh, you're actually more like an Xavier character," and I'm like, "That's actually a huge compliment." But then I'm just the weird bald dude in the wheelchair. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Yeah, it's kind of a compliment when like, yeah, you're more like an Xavier character. I don't see myself as an Xavier character. I don't. Uh, gosh, I could be like this guy, who's kind of a, this guy's kind of a butthead, right? He's not the nicest character. Um, he actually was like, he started off as sort of like the Boy Scout, right? He was like the Boy Scout character, and Scott Summers, and he was really tragic because of what happens with Dark Phoenix and Jean Grey and Madeline Pryor and all that. Not Madeline Pryor. Yeah, Madeline Pryor, right? And all those and all that story was super tragic. Um, but I don't know. I don't. I gotta. God, maybe I am the bald guy in the chair. I could just be the bald guy in the chair. Who knows? Who knows? Um, that's just. Oh, maybe I'm Beast. Like I said, we all identify with Beast. Maybe I'm Beast. Maybe I'm the guy. Maybe that's why I had to clown him so hard, because it's me. I don't know. I'm definitely not this guy. I'm definitely not this guy. Jason met my brother, my retired cop brother. This is him. This is my brother. That guy. Uh, it's Omega Red. Okay, maybe Omega Red. Gotta go to bed, kiddo. God, that kid. He's not gonna sleep. Um, yeah. Let's see. So we got anybody. Is anybody identify with Angel or Archangel? That's a pretty tragic story, right? Um, other X-Men. Nightcrawler. I really like Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler could be my favorite X-Men. He very well could be my favorite X-Men. I don't really. I identify with Kurt Connell. I identify with him in certain things, but not overall. No, I don't really. I would say no. I don't really identify with him overall. Right? I would say, if any, I am a little bit closer to this guy than Kurt Connor, but I do like Nightcrawler quite a bit. Maybe does anyone identify with Longshot? Longshot, right? Anyone identify with the guy with the mullet who doesn't, is just every frame of comic that he's in is just like, why do we have Longshot? What's the deal? Yeah, Nightcrawler, one of my favorite all-time X-Men. Cable, Cable's really cool, but yeah, Nelson's right. Really sad, really tragic backstory for Cable. We already talked about Bishop. Think here. Magneto. That's a character I would want to kind of identify with on a number of levels, but I'm just not. I'm not that cool, right? I'm not. I'm not that. That would be cool if somebody was like, "Hey, man, you're like a Magneto type character." I would take that as a compliment, even if they meant it not as a compliment. Like you're some psycho militant guy. Hey man, you're like a Magneto type character. She'd be like, oh, that's cool. No, I meant you're a dick. That's it. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can get this little guy settled here for a minute. Come on, buddy. There he is. Hold on, buddy. Alright, here we go. You don't have his grand presence. Yeah, I don't know. I always think Magneto is very cool anyway. So even if somebody meant it as an insult, I'd be like, nah, man, Magneto's pretty dope. Any other X-Men? You know, on some level, like when Storm went through her powerless phase, right, where she was just rough and mean and with the Morlocks and all that, that was a really cool story. And you can kind of identify with her struggle on some level, right? This bar thing that Beast is on, if I'm being honest with you, looks like they just took a bunch of sprues and cut off the bits and said, no, it's part of the sculpt. It's the same diameter in everything of, the regular sprue thing. Get that all there. We're going to use this so his glasses aren't pure white. Like that. Anyone the juggernaut. Or let's not forget Havoc, right? If we want to get into bad guys / Brotherhood guys, Pyro, right? Anyone Pyro or Spiral? Mystique. Anyone identify with Mystique? I don't know. Sabretooth. Any Sabretooth people? Like massive, oh man, Sabretooth is the best. He's like the guy that was written entirely to fight Wolverine. Cool. Right? As far as bad guys go, even Toad somehow, as loathsome as Toad is, somehow has a less codependent identity than Sabretooth. Alright. So, we're going to let Beast get all blocked out here. Oh yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, you're right, Sean. If they had an alternate head available with the Mohawk form, that would be kind of cool. All right. Let's put a little black onto the palette here. Any other thoughts for book titles? Because I'm just gonna go with something I'm just gonna go with something. If we don't have any other, obviously Nelson can veto all of us if he wants something specific on there. I don't even know if I have the freehand skill right now to do it. Let's try it. All right. I don't know if I have. Let's try it though. What's the worst case can happen? I just have to repaint it red. Not that big a deal, right? And it's Beast, right? Like I said, no one's gonna walk by Nelson playing MCP and go, Beast, my absolute favorite. But what did they do to the book? No one's gonna do that. No one's gonna do. Well, now someone will do it just because they heard me say it. But no one's gonna. No one would organically do that. How about that? All right, here we go. Let's see what kind of freehand we can do here. Since I may have to do this off camera. This is extremely hard. Oh, I can't even. Hold on. Okay, see if I can get this to go. No, I don't think I can do it. Cannot. Cannot. I cannot. I got a really nice fine point on here, but I just can't make the letters big enough. That sucks. Let me just put, I will kind of start though. Yeah, can't do it. Dang it. Freehand skills are failing. No. No. Okay, it just says I am on it. Just says I am. And it could say I am legend on the bottom. It could also say I am Wong. It's one of those. One of those. Because I couldn't paint in party with Wong. It's too hard. But this could very well say I am Wong on it. if you are so inclined. I mean, who are we to tell him that he's not Wong, right? I'll even put a W here on the inside of the book, right? And then just little print lines, like fake little. Put those in. There. He's reading I am Legend or I am Wong. Your choice. Your choice, Beast. It's your world. We're just living in it, dude. Gotta love Beast. He is so awesome. All right. Let's work on Slim. Speaking of which, shall we? Let's work on Slim. Easy enough to kind of get him started. I am is a profound statement. True? What about your favorite X-Men team? Mine is very easy. It's the X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, right? And that is the classic, you know, Cyclops, Storm, Wolverine, Colossus, Nightcrawler, as kind of the mainstay of that team, right? You had Kitty Pryde. We're not going to count. I'm not going to put Dark Phoenix on that team. But yeah, that team is my favorite X-Men team. You gave Cyclops nickname? No, he was called. They called him Slim in the comics. Scott Slim Summers. That was he. They called him Slim since like the original X-Men day. I can't take credit for calling him Slim. But yeah, they called him Slim, and you're like, dude, look how ripped this guy is. I wish that, like, dude, I want to be called, if that's what you call Slim, I'll be that. I'll be that. Let's see. Let's get the main blocking down on Slim here. Well, And we are going to do I'm going to make his outfit a little bit darker than the box art. Because I think it just looks... I don't really like the baby blue Cyclops art. I like it when he's really... when his blue outfit is more like midnight blue. Repulsor blasts! Yep, I said it. Optic blast! I wonder if it's a video game. Optic blast! Then what was his... he just had like that super optic blast that would take up the whole screen. But I don't think he said anything different. I think he just still said optic blast. And when he did his little uppercut, gene splice. Remember that? For you Capcom X-Men video game players, you guys remember. You guys know what I'm talking about. Don't lie to me. See his little. So the little X-Men symbol is red with a black X over it. Right. So I like to we'll just paint the whole thing in red. Right. Okay. Oh, I didn't do my question of the day for day 28. We got to do it. We got to do day question 20, day 28. All right, ready? Here we go, guys. Tell a joke? No. I don't really have a joke. I don't have a joke fired up. I hadn't thought about a joke. Okay? No joke. I did Bo-Katan pretty hard today. Does that count? Here's kind of my joke. Do you want to party with Clops? No, you don't want to party with. You want to party with Wong for damn sure. I don't have a joke. I thought I had a joke. I don't have a joke. I did all the Filipino jokes I could have, right? I did. Yeah, yeah. The rest of the jokes I know are like just really off color. So no, we're not gonna do a joke. Wu-Tang! What's up, Michael? Welcome to the feed. Yeah, I didn't grab my Wu-Tang dice to roll. That's probably why. Where are my Wu-Tang dice? I'll re-roll it with Wu-Tang dice since I told a bad joke. Where'd it go? Where's the Wu-Tang dice? They're here. I may have stashed them in a very special place. So special, in fact. Here they are. All right. Let's roll some Wu-Tang dice and answer like an actual question. I thought maybe Lex would pop in, then we could answer a bunch of questions. But I do not think she's popping in, so let's see. Tell a story. You've heard my story. It was about Beast. And how sad Beast is. Dang it! I Wu-Tanged it. All right, 3. These are hand painted in, aren't they? These pips. All right, let's Let's go to the... Boop, 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 boop. I think 3 is hobby. I'm just going to answer questions. We're just going to answer questions because we're just here to paint beast and that kind of stuff. All right, so let's answer all the day 28 questions. How about that? Does it depend on if the model is for an army game or infantry? I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand the question. Does it depend on if the model is for an army game or does what depend? Oh, wait. Oh, how big? Okay, hold on. All right, hold on, Michael. Let me, because my brush is in the way. How busy do you like bases for models? Oh, that's a good question. Does it depend if the model is for an army game or infantry? Well, let's start there. If the model is for an army game or a typical war game where you're running a larger model count, then I do not really want busy bases. I want fairly basic basing. If we're talking army game, right? You want either textured battlefields, right? So you might go with grass or tufts or that sort of thing, or if you're playing Star Wars Legion, for example, you might just throw them on those like fancy. You might just throw them on the fancy Legion bases, right? And these are plenty. I just don't really. The only time I really like a busy base is if I'm doing a centerpiece, right? That's it for. This is just my opinion. I think if you're doing a centerpiece, the Games Workshop shit always has like, it's like this is not even busy compared to a Games Workshop piece. But then this would just have like shit all over it and be like, it's green here, then it's yellow, and all the GW aesthetic. I know people go nuts over that shit, but it's very ADHD for me. I just look at it. I look at those big ass models and go, nah. I just look at them like, no, not interested. No, sorry. No, not doing it. No, nah. Right? They're just too busy. They're just too and it looks cool. It just looks like you're painting furniture. That's how GW stuff looks so busy to me that I just like, oh, you're just painting. Oh yeah, did you like it when I put the purple here and this is green and pink and like, yeah, okay, it's furniture, dude. Just what? Look, this is Cyclops, folks. He's 2 colors. He's dope. All right, you put it on the board. It's dope. Look at here's a somewhat busy Aristea model, and I know she's small, but she has a lot of elements to her, right? She's got a jacket, she's got robot wings, she's got a gun, she's got a sword. But look, you can actually make out the basic pieces and the function of the model. You're not just like, this is my honest opinion. I know people aren't going to agree with me, but I just feel like GW shit is just buried in trash. Like, why do I need to have 8 million things going on with one model? Just make a good model that has a nice, clean. I'm going to show it off again because I think I'm going to show off some of these models because they're just, look, is that complicated? No. Is it intricate? Absolutely. Right? Look at the pose. Is there 9 million pieces of trash on the base? Yeah, millions of skulls and spikes. No. Look at this. So dope mini. Dope mini. Lots of different elements. Horns, right? Horns and scales and skin and and all this stuff. It's very, right? But is that like stupidly busy, like GW busy? No. Great miniature, right? Awesome. Just guys, it doesn't need to be like that. Like it, like I said, it's just very ADHD. It like really just sort of what am I looking at? Anyways, all right, here we go. Day 28 questions. Congratulations, you finished the challenge and are immortalized in Hobbiton's hallowed Hall of Legends. Recap the month for us, what worked, what didn't. What would you do differently? Show off the project and let the world cheer your dedication and commitment. Yay, we did it, fam. You saw Parvati. What worked? Painting. What didn't work? When I wasn't painting. Trying to tell jokes. I just don't tell jokes. You guys know that. That's my shtick. I don't tell jokes. I just talk in deeply sarcastic manners. That's me, right? That's my humor. I just say dark shit sometimes and surly stuff, and you guys laugh at it, and there you go. That's probably what would I do differently next time. I did tell the war boss while he was on here. I think that tell a joke or tell a story should be on some sort of punishment table if you didn't do anything. Okay, so that was culture. 28. Are they all the same? Congratulations. And okay, maybe they're all getting to. Yeah, I think every day 28 is the same. Okay, so it doesn't matter what you rolled. What about day 28 in Hobbiton? No, even Hobbiton, they're all the same. Okay, cool. There, we did the question of the day. Yeah. We'll continue on a little bit more painting and color blocking with Scott Summers. It's me, buddy. Optic blast. Cyclops does get kind of a bad rap. People got bored of Scott. Cyclops was a fairly boring character for a long time. He was just kind of a Boy Scout character. I get that, but yeah, he kind of got a little bit of a bad rap when they started mucking with the character and making him actually a dick, which is kind of cool too, though. All right, where is? Other cool X-Men that we have not brought up. The Blob. Nobody talked about the Blob. Nothing beats the Blob. When I was in high school, a friend of ours who was just generally annoying all the time was a big dude. He was like 6'5", and he weighed 6'5". Right? He was about as wide as he was tall, and he took pride in identifying with the Blob. That was like he's like, yeah, I'm very much like the Blob. And he just rocked it out. And I'm like, okay, man, do you. That's cool. But yeah, he was the Blob. I don't know. So there you have it. Somebody identified as the Blob. He still wouldn't identify as Beast. Nobody. Wah wah. Poor Beast. Poor Beast. Is Beast like the Donnie of the X-Men? Shut up, Donnie. Like, maybe Pyro is the Donnie of the X-Men? I don't know. All right, let's get into like deep nerd shit, right? Embarrassing shit. Who's your X-Man crush? Who's your mutant crush? I guess it doesn't have to be an X-Men, just as long as it's a mutant. You can say the Blob if you want, right? Just be honest. Just be honest. That's all I'm asking. For me, how do I want to answer this? I know a lot of people are going to say Rogue. I know a lot of people are going to say Psylocke. I gotta think. I gotta think this one through for myself. See how this dark, this like more midnight blue? That's more classic Cyclops to me. I don't want a like that baby blue Cyclops. I want this blue. I want this darker blue. I think it's his cooler outfit by a mile. Storm. I know a lot of people be like, yeah, Storm. I mean, her character is very attractive. Like, just kind of how she's just a fantastic leader, just a great fighter, that kind of thing. So I could see, Storm kind of being your ex-bae, as you would, as it were. I'm gonna say, I guess, yeah, Dazzler, right? Dazzler. Please don't say Jubilee. Somebody will. Jubilee might be your ex-bae. I don't know. I'm trying to think who would be my ex-bae. Could be Mystique. You could say Mystique. You could say, Spiral. See, you got lots of options. All right. Do you guys know who mine is? She used to be on my table. Where is she? You guys know who mine is, right? Oh, she's not here anymore. I probably put her away and I'm actually in an attempt to actually take care of that model. All right. Chris, no love for Psylocke. Yeah, we talked about Psylocke. I didn't bring up Domino yet. For me, it's going to be Emma Frost. Yes, that's mine. That'll be mine. Emma Frost. I've always been a big, as far as the ex-bae is concerned, Emma Frost she's the lady for me. Right? Yeah. I do realize that, yeah, she's pretty fan servicey, You guys feel free to judge. Judge as you like. But yeah, that's my pick. Plus, I don't know. Yeah, I do kind of like just like mean and manipulative. I don't know why. I just like that. Could be. I'm not saying follow my footsteps, folks. I'm not saying use me as an example. I'm just saying. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's my pick. How's it going, Chris? Today we couldn't resolve whether or not we wanted to finish MCP before starting some of your Batman stuff. I could go either way. So you guys can figure it out. You guys can, toss a coin or, play a game of Aristea Ford. However you want to do it. It's really just pretty much just the difference of a week either way, right? You just if you decide to let the other person ahead of you, you're just basically giving up a week because both projects should, that's what I was trying to explain. I'm like, well, both projects should take about a week to finish anyways. Hey, what's up? X and X. Yeah, both projects should take about a week, so you guys can, like I said, fight for it, flip a coin, whatever works for you. Okay. So Mr. Klops here is gonna get color blocked. Like, what's in his little, all these pouches? Are these all batteries? Does he just keep a bunch of batteries for his ruby visor? Who knows? You know how terribly inconvenient Cyclops' power would be? Forget the fact, I believe he killed his mother at birth, right? Something like that. Yeah, I do. So with this midnight blue here, it's really just gonna get another solid coat, and then I'll figure out to do some shading. But this is, and Nelson, tell me if you like this or not. But I vastly prefer this midnight blue. You know, with the visor stuck right. So he just carries around a bunch of batteries for optic blast. Okay, for a darker blue. Yeah, right. Cool. I don't even know how you feel about the yellow boots. I feel like he has to have yellow boots. So I'm going to stick with yellow boots unless you tell me, no, I absolutely hate yellow boots. He has to have different color boots. I think, especially if we're going with a darker, like a midnight blue tone on Cyclops, I do think that he needs to have yellow boots. But yeah. But once again, you're the one that is going to be looking at him all the time. So let me know what you want to do there. Okay. So Beast is mostly done. We're starting to block Scott out. I guess we could block Aurora Monroe. Or at least get the if we get some of the black down on her outfit, then we can, then, you know, it's just a matter of highlighting that back up when we're ready to do the rest of it. Right? What happens when a toad is struck by lightning? Absolutely hate that line, by the way. Hate that line. Hate that line. Worst, possibly the worst thing Halle Berry has ever said on film. What happens when a toad is struck by lightning? There's my joke of the day. There's my joke. I'm just gonna steal her joke. The same thing that happens to anything else. Wait, no, it's everything. The same thing that happens to everything else. That, how cringe was that in the movie when she had to say that line? And again, all I'm doing is I'm thinking about some stupid writer in the back, like patting himself on the back, like, yeah, I made Storm cool for saying that. And you were like, no. You took somebody who was inherently cool and sucked the cool directly out of her veins. You like Danielle Moonstar. I don't know who Danielle Moonstar is. You guys, I'm not. I guess I'm not that. I'm not that hip into the X-Men lore. Axe Anax is into a Sabretooth man. The whole first X-Men movie was pretty cringy. Agreed. Yes, definitely. Definitely. But that line in particular was kind of the peak cringe for that movie. It was that was pretty S tier cringe. We're not gonna go pupils on Storm because we're going with the again with the movie. You know, when she's controlling the weather. Whoa. Her eyes made her. I may have made her eyes a little bit bigger than they should have been. But I need to make them bright white. Whoa. Right. Now let's trim the eyes back down with the black. What happens when the toad is struck by lightning? Right. So we're going to trim the eyes back down. This is usually not something I like to do on air. But we're here. Right. It's fine. This is fine. Okay, and let's go ahead and paint some lips on her. This is a fantastic sculpt. I really do like this sculpt. You know what's cool? You could do her black outfit, black and gold outfit, or her white outfit. Equally cool with this sculpt. Equally cool. I don't know how people feel about that classic black outfit where she had the weird sort of thigh pants, the thigh high boots with the weird holes in the top of them. Right? We'll just say her, suffice it to say her 80s costume had some questionable choices. But even that look, I still like her classic look. Danielle was in New Mutants back in the 80s. Yeah, I don't know. Danielle Moonstar. I had the New Mutants comics, and it just doesn't. Is she the one that turns into the wolf child or whatever? Yeah, her eyes here need a little bit more shaping. Here we go. Okay. And then let's paint some of her skin in. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Get some brown. Ooh. That's kind of a nice brown. It's actually a little bit darker. It's a nice brown for Aurora Monroe. When's my next Star Wars commission? Probably not for a month. I got. I have another client who wants Star Wars done, but he's doing a minimum setup and like once a month. So it's like basically it's like one squad a month. I will be painting for Star Wars, which is just not very efficient. And honestly, with the minimum setup, it's almost like no profit, right? Because you're just getting the barely enough efficiency to paint the commission without going into the negative because of just how little actual work gets turned around for money. You know what I mean? It's almost like, the word I'm looking for. I don't know, I lost my words, but yeah, when you have a client who just really, is gonna just skate on the minimum setup fee, it's just barely gonna be worth your while, right? Because when you come up with your minimum, you're like, yeah, that would just barely be okay. If all of my customers, and I'll tell you this so you can troll me, but if all of my customers just did the minimum, and and I just turned around and just did a bunch of single setup minimum, that would be an awful way to exist as a commission painter, right? You want a good mix of things. You don't want everything to be, 25, 50 models. Conversely, you don't want everything to be just the minimum setup. Let's see. If you wait, that one comic with her Demon Bear saga. Okay. I don't know. I hope someday MCP makes an old man Logan. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, that would be cool, old man Logan. If you can batch paint Bo-Katans, you should batch paint more Stormtroopers. Yeah, but at least I can charge more for the Bo-Katan. Well, yeah, no, you could actually charge more for the Bo-Katans than you can for the Stormtroopers. You just charge by the hour, so it's all this. No, I don't do that because honestly, if I charged by the hour, I would be losing money. A lot of painters can charge by the hour, which makes a commission take. It gives them a little bit more time to work on the commission and that kind of thing. But my model is around is really to service folks that want to get things on the board relatively quickly, right? They still want them to look good, but they also so it's more economical to charge by setup for both of us, right? So so the hourly rate it does end up being a fixed rate, but it's what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. It's just it's optimized by setup, not by hour. It's really no. You put out a lot of work. It's one thing I've been working on with Lex quite a bit. Is we're working on her pricing, and I tell her up front, I'm like, your model for pricing is probably not going to be like my model for pricing, right? I work with a lot of I have a lot of things that are just sort of optimized to allow, and I help actually, I help people kind of arrive at the sweet spot for their commissions and for turning things around, right? So, but for her, she has a totally different skill set with painting, and she's going to be painting at a different level than where I paint. So her pricing is going to be different. There's still some tolerances that we have to be mindful of, right? There's certain, we know if you do a regular amount of commission painting, you can kind of tell what customers are willing to pay and what they're not willing to pay. And understanding that with each customer, that's where things kind of get difficult and where your individual experience will pay off. Right? Figuring out, okay, this customer wants this, they're looking for this. And you can kind of build expectation around that. So, yep, I don't know. So right now we're just going to get, I'm not planning on really finishing anything tonight. We're just going to kind of get these all, or get them blocked so that we can take them into the next phase and start knocking these out, start getting them painted. The Storm Sculpt is fantastic. What's annoying is you can already see that she's wobbling like a dashboard ornament. And that's going to be very annoying to paint. Prepping your 120 skeletons built. Woo! Woo! That's a lot of skeleton. That's a lot of skeleton. Ooh, can't get. Need to get in there. Weird angle because lightning stuck to her back leg. Or the back of her leg. Whoa. Alright. So we'll get this black down. I don't know how much longer we're going to be on, because this is not the most interesting painting I've done. And I do want to get up kind of a little bit more rested tonight than most nights. So I'm going to try to get 5 or more hours of sleep. Hopefully, I find my body does best with between 5 and 6 hours of sleep. Anything more than 8 hours of sleep for me, and I wake up feeling sick. So I can't be one of those. I used to be able to sleep in and do stuff like that. I totally cannot do that anymore. Right? My body will physically beat me up. I'm not here for the painting. You're here for the rant. Oh, we just missed the rant about Beast. We just did a whole rant about Beast. How Beast is sadly the everyman of X-Men and nobody's favorite. Not giant. There aren't all kinds of Beast fan clubs going around. You also missed Warboss Tae. He was on here for like the first 30-ish, maybe a little bit longer minutes of the program. So we we wrapped up the challenge. We talked a bit about, just general encouragement, getting people, to look forward to the next challenges that the War Boss wants to put together. But yeah, that guy's, it's really cool. He's in a very challenging phase of adulthood, and we'll see. Without spoiling a little bit of what he told me earlier, I'm not going to. I'm not going to say really any more than that, but yeah, it's really cool that he intends to kind of push the challenge circuit forward and just make it more of a regular thing where it's 4 challenges a year. A lot of challenges. Obviously, the idea or expectation isn't that everybody is going to do all 4 challenges. It's more along the lines of, well, if you can't join what used to be the July challenge for the first few years, now it's now you have basically 4 chances a year to join in on a monthly challenge. All right. What's that? Is there a challenge before July? Yeah, he did mention that the next challenge will be in June. So it will not be a July challenge. It'll be a June challenge. All right. So we're just going to get her blocked. just so you can kind of see what's going on, right? Obviously, I'm not just going to leave her like that, but it is 11 o'clock, so we are going to try. We are going to, fingers crossed, we are going to try for 5 hours of sleep tonight. See if I can get my toddler to fall asleep as well. Because we all got to get up early tomorrow, and I have a very busy day. But we'll continue painting some MCP. So, anyways, yeah, guys, I want to. That's gonna do it for this video. I want to thank everyone for watching. Have a good night, guys, and congratulations to those of you who have finished officially your Warboss Tae February painting challenge. Once again, Parvati, who is Dave's best girl, Parvati. She is done. She will be on the table soon. I need to play some Aristea with Jason and Nelson and Chris here. So we will be playing soon, and I'll put her on the board. So anyways, have a good night, guys. And yeah, we'll catch you guys hopefully Wednesday at the watch party. Have a good night.